Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Mike Washington, and welcome to the Wild Show. I'm here with my cast, as you can see, and today we're just chilling. You know, we kind of filling out the day, standing around. You know, but it's still preseason, and we're in our preseason shows. As always, I want to tell y'all we do support breast cancer. I don't have my band on today, but I support them anyways in our hearts, and also domestic violence. You know, I want to take this moment to say. My son is on the police force, and he sees a lot of crazy things happening every single day. Things that I've never seen before in my 52 years of life. But I pray for him and other officers and families with domestic violence. He saw a situation where a baby was murdered senselessly because the parents didn't get along. This domestic violence had to stop. This is crazy. Wow. So I'm praying that y'all will stop this stuff amongst yourselves, okay? But anyway, let's get on with the Wild Show, man. What's up, Scott?
Hey, what's going on?
Right now, we got Mika standing here.
What up?
And my man, Daryl.
What's going on?
Okay, y'all, so we've had 2 games since our last show.
Right.
We played the Cleveland Browns, and we also played the Baltimore Ravens.
Right.
We 1-1 in those 2 games. You know, Redskins, in my opinion, you know, they're vanilla right now, and it's preseason, and they're just doing what all teams really do. You know, it's a lot of flack going on, as y'all already know, about what is RG3 doing, what is Kirk Cousins doing, and you know, it's crazy. I listen to the commentators on TV. I listen to the radio shows, and I mean, I know y'all got some things that y'all want to spill out. Matter of fact, I got a big question. Getting into the beginning of the show, and that is Daryl, my man, number 35, Lake Seastrom, Ghost. What's up with that?
Well, I mean, he's on the depth charts. He's listed as other, and I guess that's like practice squad material. You know, what I mean, so I mean, he had a good outing in the first game. You know, I don't even recall seeing him play in the second game. Man.
That's the other cut.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's a great back, man, great athlete, but. I mean, whatever's going on, man, he's gonna have to fight for a spot on Thursday.
And personally, I mean, I have nothing against Royster, but I can't see Royster on my squad before Seastrom unless Royster knows the plays and they know something that I don't know. And but I'm telling you right now, if Seastrom knows the plays, I can't see why he's on any other
speed, man.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, this boy want to play. Yeah. Plus. I mean, this ain't gonna help him none, but I mean, he played with RG3 1 year, right?
Right.
1 year or so in college, you know, because I mean, if RG3's been in the pros 3 years now, you know, that 1 year, I think, you know, maybe back when he must have been a freshman,
right?
RG3 must have been a senior, you know, so.
But you have to be really good to play as a freshman.
Exactly.
You got seniors that's like, you ain't coming to take my spot. So he probably didn't play with RG3, but if he did, he was really good, and you need to show that while you're here.
Well, he did that 1 game. That's what I was saying. I don't understand why he didn't get to play or hasn't played in the other games that we played against the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens.
I gotta say something about that.
Sure.
Keep in mind, Rob Jackson just got cut.
Okay.
Rob Jackson getting bald.
Right.
It's gonna be a numbers game. It ain't about who can't play right now.
Okay.
Sure.
Because you gotta realize all of the plethora of receivers that they struggling to keep.
Right.
You know, Pierre Garçon, Roberts, Deshaun Jackson, but I think that they're trying to keep Aldridge Robinson and Santana Moss for special teams. Mainly Santana Moss, not Aldridge Robinson, because his hand's too shaky.
Okay.
But you can use Santana Moss everywhere.
Right.
So Rob Jackson got cut because that lets me know they're going to keep extra receivers.
Okay.
They ain't going to keep too many running backs.
Okay.
You got Alfred Morris. You're going to get Roy Halou because he can catch the ball out of the backfield.
Okay.
Well, some of these good running backs just going to get caught up in the numbers because they got to get down to 53.
Wow.
Some jokers going to get cut, but a month later they're going to end up getting signed back because of the injury.
I understand.
But it's about getting under that 53.
Chest move.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Because that was leading to one of the questions I was going to ask anything anyway about Jackson, because Jackson came in. He was actually starting
Right.
in place of Rackpo.
When Rackpo was hurt, though.
Right, and he came. He came right off the bench, came in and intercepted the ball, and took it to the house. So my thing is, if he was a person who could get cut early on right now, man, we got some bad linebackers.
But I see why they want them outside boys to rush.
Yeah.
They brought Trent Murphy in as a rusher.
Yeah.
And if you notice, they're going to do this in the regular season. When I'm passing downs, they have him, Kerrigan, and Rackpo on the field at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And they giving it to him.
That's right.
What makes Rob Jackson the odd man out, not that he can't ball, but the pass rushing element is where he lacking at, and that's what they really want him to do.
That's right. Now, with you probably know the rookie that they got on the defensive end line right now that's coming in behind Rackpo.
Trent Murphy.
Trent Murphy.
Now, I think once he gets about 6, 7 games, pro games under his belt, he's gonna be a beast, man. That's a big boy, and he got tripped up in one game. He should have had 2 sacks in that game. He got tripped up, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. I thought that was foul because normally they catch stuff like that. But I mean, because of the way TV is now, we've ran that play back several times.
Right.
You could literally see that offensive lineman trip him up on purpose. Trip Murphy, go ahead.
It's like you said in the last things, preseason for the refs too, because a lot of things that they ain't called or that they was constantly calling.
Right.
It's like in the Browns game when they called RG3 twice for false start.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That was
really
new to me.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see that call
on the quarterback.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Twice.
Exactly.
Hey, Manny used to, I thought, do that all the time. Come to the line of the scrimmage and flinch.
Yeah,
and when the blitzing linebacker show, he's pointing them out
That's
and
right.
reset.
That's right.
So
That's
I'm like,
right.
what is these
That's
rules?
right.
They make up a whole lot of rules.
Just like I didn't understand the pass interference on D'Angelo Hall. He didn't touch him for the first 5 yards, but I've always understood once the ball is in the air, the defender got just as much right to the ball as the receiver.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
that was a bogus call.
Now, if you're going for the ball and you hit somebody, then that lets me know that's incidental contact in years past. I don't know how that's pass interference now.
Because he got just as much right to the ball as the receiver.
Right. But I really think that a lot of these referees again are getting refreshed, and some of them are new faces. I was watching one game where they said this referee was a brand new referee. You know what I mean? For his first year. So, but another interesting thing, I don't know if you knew this in that meet, but we still got 2 kickers and 2 punters. Wow. Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you something right now. Now. Our kicking situation was good at one time. You know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is now, but the second kicker that they brought into camp this year is a beast. You know what I mean?
He's the best tackle on the kickoff team.
Okay.
I was looking at one of the I don't know if it was Comcast Sportsnet or whether it was ESPN, but one of their analysts made out the 53-man roster in Forbath. He wasn't on the list.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Forbath, I think, in the last season, acted like his leg was hurt or something.
He pulled or strained.
Yeah. And I mean, you gotta understand now, as a kicker, you gotta be the plantar foot, and then when you're kicking, all your hip and leg got to be into that ball. You know what I mean? And so
that means you need to stretch properly.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, people think that kickers can't get hurt. I mean, I know you get a little kick, and that's still something. I mean, everybody has a specialty. You know what I mean? But the thing about it is, though, it'll be interesting to see because this other boy is kicking off into the end zone, and he tackling. So,
I mean, 2 tackles.
That's it.
On special teams.
Well, check this out.
You missed the tackles, and he go out and tackle the person.
He trying to make the squad.
That's right. He trying to make the squad. He gonna make the squad.
On purpose.
I can tackle too.
But in my mind, I can't disparage all of 3 points he gave us.
Okay.
Kyle Forbath had a long streak of just making field goals.
Right.
And we need that.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Every point count.
When it comes down to it, it'll probably be him and Forbath, but I'm banking that they might edge him to be and put him over top of Forbath just because of the way he playing. Because Forbath, you giving me, like you said, you giving me the consistency, but when it comes down to it, as a kicker, I know you don't want to get hurt, but this boy playing like I don't really care about that right now. I just want to make the team, and I can show you what else I can do.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay, well, we're going to go to Mika's Football 101.
What's up, ladies? This is Mika, Football 101. So my tip for you all this week is to do your research. No, I'm just playing. So in the games previously with the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, you saw a lot of different things that you probably didn't understand. So this week I'm going to help you understand a couple things. Let's see. You had, in the Browns game, you had RG3. He got called for a false start. Then in the Baltimore game, you had a lot of fishy things going on with the secondary. Now with the Cleveland Browns, in that game with RG3 getting false starts, he was doing hard counts. So what that means is he was moving on the line or flinching or doing whatever he was doing to call the play, and they thought he was, starting before the play was supposed to be called. So this is what you need to do. Whenever you see them call a false start on the quarterback, that just means he moved when he wasn't supposed to move, or he did something that he wasn't supposed to do before the play got called. That's that. Now with the secondary in Baltimore, they're calling these hits and all that other kind of stuff and leading with the head and all that. But this is what you need to do. This is what you need to know. Football is a contact sport. So I know your sons and, your little league men are playing and you don't want them to get hurt. Tell them to go play basketball. Because this is what they do here in football. They contact each other. Otherwise, you playing flag football, and that's not what they do to get paid $1 million for. So, know the game and understand it so that you can sit down and enjoy it. Because that's why I'm on the show. This is my favorite sport. All right, ladies. See y'all next week.
So if man get bust, don't run on the field embarrassing him. Talking about, don't hit man like that. It's a great season, I think. I'm tired of hearing, or it's going to be a great season. Let's say that, okay? I'm really tired of hearing all this nonsense about, what plays we're running. Personally, I think it's vanilla, but I got somebody who can tell you a little bit more than I right now. But like I said, we all fans giving our opinion on what we're viewing every Sunday or Saturday or Thursday or Monday now, because almost every day they got a football game on TV now. All the networks are cashing in. But Scott, what you think about the play calling?
Yeah, I've been hearing a whole lot of folks talking about they calling terrible plays. You got to understand, this preseason, these games don't count. Nobody remember what your record was once the season started.
Exactly.
So it's the same as practice. Typically, when you're in a practice setting, coaches want to work on areas where teams are weak in. We know that on 4th and 1, you notice they never gave the ball to Darryl Young. Why? They know he can punch that in.
That's right.
That's not what they're doing. They're trying to get an offensive line work. You didn't see no play action. The reason why they're going 4 times and letting you know Alpha Moore coming, because they're trying to get the offensive line, which they feel is a weakness in the red zone, reps so they can get better. Everybody's talking about the same thing, but RG3, he looks terrible. He got to develop as a pocket passer. Don't think RG3 just being in the pocket is our whole offense. People talking crazy like we in trouble. Last year, when we was 3-13, our offense ranked number 9 in the whole NFL with Pierre Garçon. You really think we're going to be worse off with Pierre now, Deshaun Jackson now, Andre Roberts, Santana Moss coming off the bench? Come on, man. People slow down, man. Y'all getting too hyped. Y'all putting too much stock in a few practice games. And everything he do right, they disparage. For everything that he do wrong, they inflate. Like the man Jason Reed gonna say 6'8" for 112 yards was nothing. Don't you realize the Cleveland Browns ranked number 9 in total defense, 8 in secondary? So he kind of carved them up. Now he had a bad outing against Baltimore, but give it time, man. That man ain't gonna work. 8 years worth of bad habits out in 6 weeks. That's crazy.
Right. That's right. Well, I like what you're talking about. I feel like first of all, they've been on the rope with them. I think they're gonna come out first game of the season, hand that ball to Alfred Morris a couple of times. As soon as he's sticking out there, and them linebackers and them defenses bite in there, he gonna pull that thing back and go like this. Did y'all remember? I played with a brace last year, and the year before that I ain't had no brace. Here I go again. I think just what you said. They are trying to see where their weaknesses are, because they already know their strengths are, and I don't need to show you that. You have to stop us on Sundays when we come out with our real game plan.
That's right.
If anybody believes that they're running their game plan in these 3 preseason games they played already, you need to stop watching football.
Right.
Simple as that, man. But anyway, matter of fact, since you gave us such a lovely breakdown on how you feel about the play calling, when we come back, you will see Scott Dickens in the Scott Dickens Wild Corner. Check it out.
I'm Scott Dickens, and this is the Wild Corner. First of all, my man Antoine Harrison made a statement to me. He a Pittsburgh fan. Of course, he don't love the Redskins, so he gonna always try to slight us. But he felt like our defense was gonna take a couple steps back because of the absence of London Fletcher. Let me tell you something, Twan, or anybody else that believe the same thing. I totally disagree with you, because you want to know why? The London Fletcher that we are accustomed to seeing, we really haven't seen him the last 2 years for real. He was taking a step back in 2012. His dominance of what he used to do in the run game, slipping. He actually made it. We kept him extra 2 years because of what he really had in his head, but he was really declining athletically anyway. But now this boy, Kenan Robinson, he may not got what London got in his head yet, but he's an excellent open field tackler, and that boy can run. And a lot of folks kind of recriminated our defensive secondary to be worse than what it is. It wasn't as bad, and I'm going to go ahead and say that, even though a lot of people disagree. It wasn't as bad as people recriminated it to be. Let me tell you something. A lot of opposing quarterbacks had 5 seconds to throw the ball. That's too much time. And it wasn't that Arakpo and Kerrigan wasn't bringing the edge rush, but if you don't have a rush up the middle, then the quarterback can always step up in the pocket. And too many times when the quarterback stepped up in the pocket, he was able to take off without nobody in the center touching him. But one thing I noticed, we've improved on the center rush, and you saw Jason Hatcher. Now, everybody looked at the pressure he brought and that sack he got, but notice how long it took that quarterback to get sacked. That quarterback got sacked in 4 seconds. So before you give Jason Hatcher all the credit, you got to stop and think about it. NFL quarterback should only have 3 seconds. The mere fact that he was still standing in 4 seconds is actually a testament to what the secondary is doing. And because Jason Hatcher is an above average athlete, he got the sack. But it almost makes it look like he brought a vicious rush. It wasn't a bad rush, but keep in mind, he caught the quarterback at the count of 4. It ain't like J.J. Watt to catch a quarterback at the count of 2. But I'm going to let you know right now, our defense is going to be much, much better than we think. And a lot of people underestimate Jim Haslett too, because people don't realize for 2 years he couldn't improve that defense personnel-wise, but he did improve the defense from 28 to 18 with the same, I ain't going to say lame, but subpar personnel that he desired. Now we got the personnel, and we don't have Mike Shanahan. Got a short leash around his neck. Not to mention that when he took over this year, he got rid of he brought on Brian Baker, the outside linebacker coach. You got to read between the lines. What does that mean? He had coaches that he wasn't satisfied with, but nothing he could do about it. So if they ain't his assistants, his hands tied. But that's the wild corner. Look out for Redskin defense. They're going to be all right this year.
Okay, so we're having a lot of fun on this show, man. It's just a laid back show. We standing up, we chilling. You know what I mean. And we got my man Scott Dickens and my daughter Mika, which are, of course, our new members of the show, and they are being highlighted on this show. And then me and Daryl are the end caps. You know, a lot of people say they don't know who the difference is. You can see the difference. You can see how Daryl, you can see how I look. I know I need a laxative, so clean me out or whatever. You know, I need my arms a little bit bigger. You know, but I'm 52. Oh, that's right, he's 51. So I don't have no excuse. That's right. But anyway, I want to ask Daryl something. about this because you played defense. You was a hard hitter, and you played some center also. But what is the deal with them in this daggone Merriweather, man?
Merriweather?
I have a problem with it. So now you tell me what you think about them suspending him for 2 games for a hit that was what I think a good hit.
But first of all, that hat you got on is tight, man.
Thank you.
I like that hat.
Appreciate that. You can have it.
But I mean, okay, you're asking defensive players who basically have made it into this NFL level of play as hitters. They're known as hitters.
Right.
You know, so you're asking them to change the way they tackle in a couple of years. That's it's not impossible, but it's going to be hard to do.
Sure.
Now, he got suspended for 2 regular season games. Now, if you watch the play that they're showing, the initial contact is shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it's a graze. The helmets graze each other, but I can't see suspending the man 2 games for that. They're suspending him based on reputation, more so than anything. You know,
and it's getting ridiculous.
And I even heard a guy on the radio say that he should be cut. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I mean, really?
That made me cringe too.
Yeah. I mean, cut him for what?
Yeah.
So somebody else can pick him up,
Exactly.
and then he can terrorize the Redskins.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
You know what I mean?
So I think it's unfortunate, but I mean I love him back there. You know, I mean that's football is a contact sport, man. I mean I understand trying to bring a safety factor into the game, but I mean you're asking these guys to virtually do something it's really going to be hard to do, man. Right? So
They're making the game soft.
yeah,
Point blank, period.
yeah.
I mean, you got these
Wow, that's
receivers
a lady saying that.
who, I mean, because I like football. Now, if you want them to be defenseless and all that other kind of stuff, go play basketball. I mean, in basketball, you slap somebody on their arm, you can call for a foul. So here, this is football. It's a contact sport.
Right.
If you don't want me to hit you, then sit on the bench.
Or don't catch the ball.
Right.
That's all you gotta do. Don't catch the ball. If you scared, don't catch the ball.
Okay. But also the thing that you brought a great point about you know any professional receiver defending himself and to catch the ball
It's going to try to protect himself.
It's going to protect itself and knows to bring the ball in and bring his head down to protect his body. You're not going to just say, okay, look, hey man, look, hold on for a second. Let me get in position so you don't do a head-on-head tackle. I'm bringing my head down, hoping that I can actually defend you.
And if the viewers will watch that play, if you can find that play on YouTube or whatever, you watch Merriweather is going in, his shoulder, he's bringing his shoulder down.
Yeah.
And his head he's in position
Right.
for a shoulder shoulder tackle.
Right.
He's not like this.
Right.
You know, that's
Right.
that's helmet to helmet.
Right.
But
His head is to the side and his shoulder he's leading with his shoulder.
what I don't understand, they say don't lead with your head like your head ain't on your shoulders.
Right. Okay.
When I was taught form tackling, you are leading with
That's
your
right,
head.
that's right.
But
That's
just before you make a contact, they tell you roll your head to the left or the right because what they want you to do is take your helmet and hit with a hand with the football at.
Right.
So if I'm coming like this, leading,
Right.
and this the football in this hand,
Yeah.
I want my head here so that my shoulder hits.
That's right. So all that's right.
But until I make the contact, I am leading with the head.
Right.
Then I roll the shoulder
Right.
and hit.
Exactly.
Grab the arms, roll your hips.
There you go.
Now,
So-
anything else is a bad tackle.
Yeah, but if you watch that video, it's form tackling.
I mean, when you run, don't your head come forward, you lean forward, what you lean with?
I'd like to
Yeah.
know really the basis on suspension. You know, I mean, what are they looking at when they decide we're gonna suspend them?
I can't
Because
tell it.
It's
if a
people
guy
that's not
can
playing
knock
football.
his knock his fiance out, you know, and get suspended for 2 games. I mean,
Yeah,
what's
So they said the sin is a sin.
What's
the
a knock is a knock.
What's the difference between Ryan Clark's beheading hit
Okay.
and Merriweather's?
That's right.
It was both wood to
That's
me.
right. I'm gonna tell you right now, Ryan Clark. Keep on doing that, sir.
Yeah.
I'm tell you right now, buddy.
Love
Keep
every
on
minute
doing
of
that, and don't knock yourself out because you're good for knocking yourself out at least twice a season. So don't knock yourself
I
out.
think this to remedy the problem. Opposing receivers, if you come in the middle of the field, don't catch the ball.
Real quick, we played the Cleveland Browns. They talked about Johnny Football. Johnny Football had one of the worst outings. Matter of fact, he got basically demoted.
Right.
You know, I know I'm going backwards and what happened, but the thing about it is, though, real quick, what you think about Johnny Football?
What do I think about him? I think he's a great athlete. I think he got a lot to learn, you know. He brings excitement to the game. You know, I mean, some of the things he's doing is mistakes that young men make.
Sure.
You know, I mean, he's having fun. He got money. He got fame. You know, he's got to grow up though. He got touch an area. What you think, Lee?
Yeah, I think he needs to grow up. I mean, you got people, you know, the finger, the flipping of the finger, and all of that kind of stuff. You got kids looking at you, and they doing all this, and then next thing you know, they're gonna be flipping people to birds. So if somebody says to you, "This ain't college," suck it up and play like you in the pros. This is not college, boy. Play like you want to be here. So I mean, you gonna have people saying stuff to you all the time. You don't flip them the bird or try to come tackle them because you probably won't be playing no more.
You flip the bird. Scott, what you think about Johnny football?
Johnny's a good guy. You gotta give him the credit, man. He was drunk after eating all that grass and getting knocked around. He wasn't giving nobody the bird. He was saying he was number one. He sat at the Redskin bench. He didn't know where he was at, man.
I like that.
My thing is this, man. If you thin skinned, won't you tell the coach your tummy hurt when you play the Redskins, man? You know we are.
Okay. My thing is, I think Johnny Football is a great athlete. I think he's going to be a great quarterback. Some people are different from what I'm saying, but I say this. You know, I think he came in an era when he was a young quarterback. He watched the Donovan McNabbs. Mm-hmm. He watched the Michael Vicks, and when he was able to get into the to college, he knew that standing in the pocket and taking a beating was not going to give him a longevity in this game. So he figured, let me start doing like some of these other guys are doing and running out of that pocket and scrambling around. And it became like a novelty because you don't see a lot of white quarterbacks doing that. I think he's going to be great. He still has a lot to learn and a lot to grow up with. The best luck to you, Johnny Football, but hell to the Redskins because they gave you the blues. You understand me?
They gave you hell.
He got sacked. They gave you hell. He got sacked. They chased him around. He couldn't play his Johnny Football game. But all in all, I do think Johnny Football is a great athlete, and you know I think he'll be around for a while. But with that being said, you know we like when you guys ask us questions. So don't forget you can ask us all questions because we all can read. You know, I mean, I saw somewhere where 50 Cent was challenging my man Mayweather. You know, he said, Mayweather, if you could read one line or one page from a Harry Potter book, that what you saying? Harry Potter novel. Yeah, Harry Potter. I think that's foul, man. That's cold, man.
That's straight wrong.
Yeah, man. You know. That's funny. I ain't know about that.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, Mayweather, can you read? But anyway, my whole thing is, if you want to ask us questions and you want any one of us, any particular person to answer that question, you can ask Scott a particular question. You can ask Mika a particular question. You can ask Daryl a particular question, and they will give you their best answer. To the best of their ability, because again, we just fans, okay? You know, we say that all the time, but I know there's some analysts we are better than, that's for sure. And if you can't understand everything we're saying, don't worry about it. But anyway, if you got a question for me or Jeff or Tough Shorty, even Tough Piggy is still around. Tough Piggy is still on vacation right now. He's somewhere down south, and he will be back up this way, or whatever the case may be. But if you want to keep in contact with us, all you have to do is simply this.
He beefing about that tough bird. That's what he doing.
Yeah, right. That's right. He done taking care of that. Cause I saw that other show where y'all try to steal a little bit of our stuff, even though we just on YouTube. Don't worry, we're gonna be on either CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. Somebody gonna be
It's one tough
NFL
pig.
Network.
Not no tough bird, no tough punk, or whoever you got.
That's right. Tell them how to keep in contact with us.
Hey, like and share our fan page on Facebook. That's Wild the Washingtons on the Washington Redskins. And then you want to make sure you go over and follow us on Twitter. That's _WOW1932. Then head on over to Instagram where we post pictures and videos live from the games and everything like that. That's Washington's on Washington. And then, make sure you click the subscribe button on YouTube to make sure you get everything first. That's Washington's on Washington as well. And then, like Mike said, my dad, if you have any questions for us, put it in the subject line. You can direct it to us. That's Mike, Scott, Nika, Daryl, Jeff, Tough Shorty. Ask us the question, but you can email us at washingtonsonwashington@gmail.com.
That was great. And as always, you know, we got to end our show with this, and that is, you know that HTTR doesn't mean hater, but it does mean
Hail to the Redskins!
My son walks